This customer asks for an employee to cover her product. Then the second customer also passes the money to pay for her product. The third customer also pays for her product. The employee asks if she needs anything else, and the customer tells her that is all, and thanks her. Then she asks another customer if she needs anything else. And the customer answers that she is waiting for her change, because she handed over a $100 bill, and she wants the rest of the money. But the employee says that the customer is mistaken. But the customer knows that she is not mistaken, because she remembers very well. However, the employee says that she is sure that the customer did not pay for the product. The other customer says that she saw when she passed the money, and the other says she didn't see anything. The customer who stays asks the employee to take a look again, but the employee continues to lie, saying that there is no money of hers in the cashier. And the customer asks if she intends to keep her money, and the employee says that the customer should put the bleach in place, because she has no money to pay. But the customer wants her to check again, because she is sure she paid for the bleach. But the employee says she won't argue, because she knows she is right, so she will simply put the bleach back. Meanwhile, outside the market, the woman calls out to the lady who is passing by. She wants to know why the lady didn't tell the truth, since she saw what happened inside the market. And the lady answers that she saw everything, but that it has nothing to do with her. But the woman says that it's not about that, and that the lady should have told the truth, and she's sure that you wouldn't like it if the same thing happened to her, and she wouldn't be defended in the same way. And the lady questioned that the woman wanted her to do. The woman says that she should only have told what she saw, nothing beyond that. Then she makes it clear that she won't appear in that market anymore, because that can happen to anyone, even to them. But the lady doesn't care. While at the market, the customer's attempt to get her money back is in vain, so she gives up and leaves. A man who was observing everything passes by, and the employee greets him. But he only says that he saw very well when the customer passed the money. But the employee continues to lie, saying that she doesn't know what he is talking about. But the man is tired of the conversation, because he knows very well what happened. He doesn't know what the employee is getting at, because he saw very well when the customer paid, even though she charged all three customers at the same time. Then she assumes she kept the money for herself, and asks if the man wants half the money, but he denies it. Then the woman asks why he is working, since he doesn't need the money. He then explains that he is working to get his own money, the fruit of his labor, and not to steal people's money as she does, because this is wrong. The employee says that the man doesn't understand, that he should think it over. But the man says that she knows very well that this is not right. But she continues with the proposal that they can split that money. The man says that the woman is taking several risks, and that she should think carefully, because she might even end up losing her job. He tries to argue that she doesn't have to do this. But she replies that she does, because she earns very little money, and she won't be working for that kind of money. She explains that she is doing this to open her own business, and asks if the man will not give her up. The man makes it clear that he won't say anything, he won't turn her in, because this is her problem. But he advises her to be more humane, and then leaves her alone on the spot. Meanwhile, the woman goes to talk to her husband, that something happened in the market that made her quite upset. And he asks what happened. She tells him that she went with several cleaning products, paid for the product, but that the employee didn't return her change, and that she hasn't even let her take the product home yet. The husband wonders how this can happen. The wife explains that the employee said that she didn't see any money, but she confirms that she paid everything correctly. The husband asks if she is sure that she paid, because she might have lost the money on the way. But she is sure that she is not mistaken, that she handed the money to the employee. And the husband says that they should do something. However, the wife doesn't know what they can do, because she tried to talk to the employee, and still wasn't heard. The husband says that he is late for work, but when he arrives he will resolve this situation. The wife really hopes that it will be solved, because $100 is a lot of money to be lost like that. Moments later, the employee is on the phone, while customers want to buy more product. The lady tries to hand over the money, but the employee asks her to wait a bit, because she is busy on the phone. But the man hands the money to the clerk, saying he's in a hurry, so she takes the money. The lady complains that the man paid in front of her. She says that if the man wanted to be served quickly, He should have arrived at the market earlier. Then the employee on the phone says that is full of customers to meet, and so I need to end the call. While the lady complains that she's just waiting for the clerk to charge her. The employee apologizes, saying that she was taking care of something with her mother. The lady says that she must first attend to the customers, and then stay on the phone. Then she takes the lady's payment, while the man standing there explains that he is waiting for his change, and the employee plays dumb, saying she doesn't know what he's talking about. He tells her that he gave her $100, but the woman denies it, saying that it didn't happen. But the man explains that he passed it on while she was on the phone, and that the lady in front of him also passed the money on. The employee says that this did not happen. The man asks her to check again, because she was on the phone and may not have paid attention, but she replies that she doesn't even need to look, because the only money she received was the lady's. But the indignant man says that he himself will look, but is prevented by the employee. She says that the man is not authorized to do so. The man says that now he understands his wife, and that he imagines that the employee wants him to return the product, for lack of money. At that moment she asks him to excuse her. He makes it clear that he passed her $100, so the employee ends the call. She says that this will be the last time she repeats this, that the only person who paid for the product was the lady in front. But the man says that she must not have noticed, since she is all the time on the phone, and the work that she should do, she doesn't do. He says that this situation has also happened to his wife, but that he will not be at a loss and wants his money back. But she denies it, saying that he's wrong. The man is already impatient, and says that he wants to talk to the manager or boss to resolve the situation. The woman questioned why he's scandalous, but he makes it clear that he will not leave the market until someone solves his problem. Meanwhile, the boss approaches and greets him. She wants to know what's going on out front. The man says that he doesn't even want to tell her, so as not to look like he's gossiping. But he ends up telling her what the employee does to get money from the customers, by saying that they haven't paid for the product even when they do pay, and that this could end up dirtying the name of the establishment. The boss questions why the employee thinks she can do this in her establishment. He then confesses that the employee is taking money that is not hers to collect money. And the boss thinks it's good that she went that day to check the establishment. She can't believe that the employee is doing this, wanting to cheat the customers. And she knows that she can't let this happen, because people have been buying at that market for a long time, and this could tarnish the image of the market. The man explains that he tried to talk to the employee, but she wouldn't listen. The boss thanks him for the warning, and says that she will resolve this situation now. But before she goes, the man asks the boss not to say that he told her, because he doesn't want to get into trouble. Meanwhile, the employee and the customer are still arguing, when the boss approaches and explains that she is there to check the cashier. The hesitant employee says that everything is calm, and asks the boss to talk to the angry customer, while she herself can check the cashier. But the boss makes it clear that it is she who will check out. So the customer asks if she is the owner. She asks the boss to check the cashier, because he paid for the product, but the employee is saying that he didn't pay. But the clerk lies, by saying that only the lady in front of him was the one who paid. She returned the lady's change, but the man paid nothing. But the man says that the employee is lying, and asks the boss to check the cashier, but the employee stops her, saying that she can do it herself. But the boss says that she will look at it herself. So when the boss looks in the cash register, she finds the money that the customer used to pay, and the man questions what the woman wanted to do with the money, if she wanted to keep it for herself. She tries to argue, but the man stops her. The boss asks the man to calm down. The man says that he is really crazy to solve it, even because his wife said that she also took a blow at that very market. The owner asks what his wife went to the market to buy, and he answers that it was cleaning product. The lady then says that he can take all the products that his wife wanted to buy, and that he will be on the house, because of all the trouble. The man says that he knows that the owner wants to solve the problem, but that he doesn't want to return to the market as a customer, because they work hard, and even then he gets hit. Then he leaves, saying that he won't go back there, and the owner apologizes for what happened. Then she calls the employee's attention, saying that she put all her trust in her, and this is how she reciprocated. She says that she doesn't even know how the employee has the courage to speak to her. The employee says it's not fair for the boss to trust an outsider when she has worked in that establishment for years. But the boss says that it's not about that, it's about honesty. When the customer says he paid the amount, the money was in the box, and even so the employee denied it. The employee asks the boss to understand her side, that there are many people at the cashier's desk every day, but the boss says that she is not paid to be confused, but to do her job properly. She says that the employee had the opportunity to be honest, but missed it. She is very disappointed with the employee, so she just asks the employee to pick up her things and leave. The employee begs for one more chance, asking the boss not to do this to her, but the boss makes it clear that she doesn't have another chance, that she gave her confidence, and the employee blew it. The employee says that she depends on this salary to survive and pay her bills. The boss says she understands her side, but unfortunately there is nothing more she can do for her. She hopes that all of this will be a lesson so that the employee will not make the same mistake again. And the employee apologizes before leaving the premises. Outside the establishment, the man asks her what happened, and the woman tells him that she has just been fired. He tells her that he warned her not to do that she could be in trouble, and yet the woman wouldn't listen. Then the woman says that he must have told her boss, since he is there to lecture her. But he says that he has nothing to do with it, that it's just a consequence of her actions.